Mike Show. We are live and able-bodied and ready to speak our minds as always.
Who's not able-bodied?
I don't know. Maybe we were tired from all the festivities over the holidays. It's crazy that it's already passed, as we knew it was going to happen. Right? It comes so quick and it leaves like a bird with really fast wings, whatever that means.
Whatever that means. All right,
Miguel, how are you?
I am well, Kenny. How are you?
I'm doing well. I am doing well.
What is new on your front?
New? Goodness. I had the whole week off. I was back to work today, and which is fine. But it was just I'm missing not having to do that. It's nice just to chill. Listen, every podcast platform you can think of, we are there if you want to listen for your listening pleasure. Also, of course, like Mike mentioned, YouTube, Rumble. Be sure to subscribe, please. Hit that bell. Let's get those numbers up there. Really appreciate it. And we got a lot coming down the pipeline. We are definitely going to be getting guests on the show, as we mentioned last time. And, of course, we're going to just continue to give you what is in our brain, which sometimes is not a whole lot.
Speak for myself. Let me insult me.
So Mike, how was your? Let's get that right out of the way. How was your Christmas?
Christmas was Christmas. It was good. I think it lasted all about 30 minutes once the kids got into it, and it went by in a flash. Ooh, gifts are here. Ooh, they're open. Ooh, they're in my room. Ooh, we're done.
That's really how it goes, too. So sad.
That's it. And and they went. I had them for the morning, and then they went to their mother's in the afternoon, and it was a quiet Christmas for me here at home.
That's kind of sad.
Sorry, wasn't supposed to be depressing. No, it was fun. It was good. It was quiet.
Yeah, where's the music for that's really sad?
Blom, blom, blom. So yeah, how about you? What'd you do?
Dude, we had a great the night before we went to my in-laws. We had just a great time, just hanging out, chilling. Came home, everybody got to bed. We woke up, and the kids. Actually, it was really nice. It didn't go too fast. Everybody opened their. I kind of like made them slow down. They just want to go at it just so that we could like enjoy everyone. I think we did a good job this year. Everybody got exactly what they wanted. Wasn't too much, wasn't too little. Was just right. So. I think it was.
I'm still waiting for my gift, Kenny. I didn't get what I wanted. Come on.
I didn't send it?
I know I got you the same thing I got you last year.
What did you get me?
Nothing.
Well, I know
just
that.
a different color.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
My goodness.
I was going to send you a golden microphone, but that just didn't work out. It wasn't in the cards this year.
Yeah, the silver one works just fine.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
So, all right, before we jump into the meat and potatoes of the show,
yes,
what are your plans for New Year's?
We have so the first 4th of July. I'm gonna go back. I bought a bunch of fireworks, and we did a good 4th of July right in my yard. Like the first year I think we were here, it was great. It was amazing. It was a lot of fun. Or maybe the second year, I can't remember. So people still like to do fireworks right around this time too. So I actually bought some fireworks for tomorrow night. So my in-laws are coming over here. And we're gonna do some food, and we're gonna do some fireworks.
Oh, so they allow that?
Good ones.
They allow that in Tennessee.
Yes.
Real fireworks.
The good ones.
Oh yeah, yeah. We get little sparklers and go hee hee.
I know.
It's like
I got those too for after.
It's like writing your name in the snow. I mean,
do you guys have snow right now?
No, it has melted. We had a couple warm days here, but we had a kind of white Christmas. We had about an inch on the ground.
All right. No, ours was warm. It was really, really warm.
Yeah, it's because you're in Tennessee.
I know, but sometimes our weather
rubbing it in.
Yeah. I will tell you one cool thing that we got the kids. They got them like this ramp set thing that like you can keep making them stack so they can do jumps and stuff like that with their skateboards or their scooters or whatever, bikes. So it's actually a lot of fun. We're doing that a little bit. And drones.
Hey, Kenny, we have the most people watching us now since we brought the show back. We had 5.
All right. Well, hello to you fabulous 5.
We just ticked somebody off. We got 4.
Now 3. Good job, Mike.
Well, you say one thing. Hey, well, if they stick around for the Kenny Reacts segment tonight, it is definitely worth sticking around.
Oh gosh. Well, that was last time too.
All right, it's not as extreme as last week, but it's definitely worth sticking around. And if you stick around through the show, we're also going to play a game with the audience. You're going to try and beat Kenny in our Family Feud version of the podcast game show here, and it's going to be about New Year's Eve and the New Year's theme. So we're going to see if you at home can beat Kenny in our trivia questions tonight.
I'm sure that they will. But
Well, right now they're 2-0, so you got to earn yourself. You got to do something now, Kenny.
I do. And also, by the way, I have a little something for Mike that we're going to do. Essentially, we're going to get into the mind of Mike. I'm going to ask you a couple of what would you rather or what would you do type of scenarios. I have a couple of ones on there. There's a couple of challenging ones. I won't keep it too, I'll keep it a little chill. See what your thoughts are, what you would do in these situations and what your life would be like. And see what it would be like. It's either going to be amazing or weird. So we'll just see what happens.
Well, I'm all about the
Find
weird.
out a lot about you.
Well, I'm all about the weird, so here we go.
Okay. So listen, a couple of things have happened, and for those who are watching as well, thank you so much for tuning in again. Be sure to stick around. We have some fun stuff going on, and if you're there, say hi in the chat, please. We want to give a little shout out to you and say hello to you.
Kayla says hello to you.
Kayla, hi, Kayla. Hi, is that Kayla Schillinger?
Yes.
Hello, Kayla. I am so glad that you are tuned in. That is my sister, and she's amazing. They're all back in New York now.
You're just biased.
So, I will say weird things. I don't know much about the plane crash that just occurred there in Korea. I'm sure you saw that. I know they're investigating.
Brianna
that.
just said hello to you too. You got to pay attention, man.
Oh, I'm not on there. I'm looking at you, Mike.
Oh, it's my stunning good looks, isn't it?
Well, hello. So, do you know anything about this plane crash? Does anybody?
Which one? I heard something
Korea.
in passing. No, tell me. Lay it on me. I'll instant react for you on this one.
That's why I'm asking you. I have no,
I
so
don't know
essentially
anything about it.
So essentially, it's just there's a Mayday type of call. The final 6 minutes before the deadly South Korean plane crash. Basically, they just on the runway, I guess it crashed, and I think the majority of them, I think there was a couple of survivors.
Did North Korea have anything to do with it?
So I don't know. So that's the question. I guess they're investigating some things. I don't know exactly what happened there. If anybody,
I can't even begin to talk about it and act like I know anything. I'd be very ignorant if I did give my 2 cents. So I apologize. I just heard about it in passing. Don't know anything about it. Really can't.
I won't even jump into it then. I just wanted to see if you knew anything about that. Okay, so one big other story though.
Okay.
Your favorite president of all time, Jimmy Carter, did pass. You were telling me before the show that he was your favorite.
Oh, absolutely. You know, man, I'm all into those peanut farmers.
Right. That's right. He was a peanut farmer. Hey, so here's a fun fact for you. What was Jimmy Carter's nickname?
Oh, I do know this. Sugar. I read it yesterday, too. I don't want to keep people on going.
I'll give you a hint. I already said it.
What?
Jimmy.
No, he had another one.
Did he? Because they called him Jimmy. They used Jimmy instead of James.
No, he actually had. I saw it on the
Peanut?
news. Something called him no Peanut. No, that'd be insulting. He was nuts. I have no idea.
So this. I look. I don't want to say anything negative about somebody.
Yeah, I don't want to talk bad about the dead. Let's give the respect where it's due. He was a oldest living ex-president, correct? He hit 100 years old. So yeah, give respect where respect is due. Not going to talk ill about the dead. I just know he wasn't the top president that we've had.
More at the bottom.
You really want to push it on, Kenny? All right, I think his death nail was his handling of the Iranian hostages, and that's what ushered in Reagan. And we'll leave it at that. I'm not going to talk ill of the dead, man. Don't get me going.
And I'll say, I look at Reagan, one of my favorite presidents of all time. 100%.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody ever says. There's no doubt. And people have compared Trump to him. And I'm not. And now I know what you're gonna say. I'm just saying, as far as
don't ruin the Reagan legacy. Now Trump.
No. If anything,
Yeah. Okay.
giving Trump something, not taking away.
Yeah, that's giving Trump a little bit too much credit.
Got you.
Now, granted, I'm on the Trump train, but I will never relent my love for Reagan by giving any of his clout to Orange Man.
You're still calling him Orange Man. Sometimes he's more orange than others. So
Yeah, little hands I call him, right?
Yes. Yeah.
No, listen, I'm on the Trump train. I don't want to bash him, but yeah, Reagan was the president. Yeah, I can't say anything.
I love watching his old clips. So we talk about watching real, like, this is how nerdy I think you
What
probably
a
get the same way.
storyteller he was, and
Yes.
and from shooting from the front, right from the hip, you know, he could win a crowd just without even a pre-formed speech.
He was hilarious.
Oh, he was great. He was amazing. And if you ever go back and watch any of the old stuff, how can you not like him? I mean, he was the last president that completely, ran the Electoral College and the popular vote and won every state except for wherever Dan Quayle was from. I forgot. No, he won California too, because he was a governor of California before he became president.
It was a joke, but California is just like, I don't think there's a spot of red there. But the thing about him was, though, as well, like, remember when he got shot, he waved to everybody out the window.
Yep.
After that, there was a balloon that popped.
That was awesome.
That's one of my favorite.
We should have had that clip.
Yep, we'll have to find that. We'll have to find that because
awesome.
it's a great clip. That's what I'm saying. Like, the nerd in me, I love watching those old reels, almost like watching old basketball, like we were speaking about one time, about like the old Michael Jordan clips. The same thing. I love watching old Reagan clips. Things like that.
My favorite Reagan clip. I don't know. We started talking to Carter, went right to Reagan, but my favorite.
Nothing much to say. He was the oldest living
you
one.
can see our bent, right? Now, my favorite Reagan clip was a story that he tells. I don't remember the whole story, but I remember the. I can give you the short version where he tells the story about stopping at a campaign speech and didn't have a podium to stand on or have a platform to stand on to do it. So the local farmer heaped up some of that hardened cow maneuver so he can have something to stand on to give a speech from. He said, I've never seen a Republican give a speech from a Democratic platform.
That's right. He was awesome. And they thought it was funny too, though.
Yeah. That was just, and he could just shoot from the hip like that, and that was amazing. That's what we loved about him.
Oh my goodness. Oh well. Okay. Here's one good. Whether he deserved it or not is another question for another day. Jimmy Carter he won the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's more known for what he did after his stint in the White House, and I think he was a man of faith, and I think his legacy is untarnished only because of what he did after he left office. If you want to just look at his life as being president, I don't think you're going to be too happy of what you see. But if you look at what he did with his, of who he was and used his platform for when he left the White House, you can't argue with anything he did. I don't like some of his opinions on things, but what he did for humanity and the love the guy had for his fellow man is unmatched. You can't talk ill about him in that regard.
Yeah. Hey, agreed. So
we did say something nice about him.
Yeah,
wow.
Exactly.
Okay.
You said it. I just agreed with it.
Okay.
It's your words.
So
I'm just being a nice guy. You know how it is.
What do you got there, Kenny? What headlines do you want to touch on?
We're gonna scroll through the news in a second because I think it's gonna be fun as all get out because it's just random headlines. One thing though, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and play this for you. And I think everybody else will probably agree too. We talked about on a couple of previous shows ago. We talked about CNN and all the rest, all the other alphabet soups. Basically, they all were saying the same thing, right? They're all kind of getting on. I wouldn't say they're getting on the Trump train, but they're at least cozying up to it, right? At least they're putting a fire out there next to the thing and watching it go by and clapping a little bit.
I find it amazing, and I'll be the first to admit I didn't think I'd ever see it happen. That you're starting to see. They're not heralding Trump, but I'm seeing a softening towards Trump even in your mainstream media, which is
Exactly.
It's interesting to see. And I don't think you'll ever see him come out and say we were wrong, but I think it also has a lot to do with the lawsuits and people talking bad about him in the news and having to put apologies out there. So now they're just like, how we don't say anything, we just kiss his butt.
Yeah, exactly. That's it in a nutshell. They literally are just sucking up and kissing.
So what do you got?
That's my favorite. That's one of my favorite things, by the way. Speaking of, because Christmas has passed, I like the Grinch, and I do like Jim Carrey's Grinch. And one of my favorite parts in that is when he does put the mistletoe behind his buddies, pucker up and kiss it, Whoville.
Yep,
that's what they're doing. So he is the Grinch, and he's in the White House. I love it. All right. So here you go.
I think you are going to see, and the left is going to deny what I'm about to say, and they're going to say no. But if given the chance, and if people are in the right mindset, I really do believe that Trump is going to unify a bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm really starting to, because like you said, people are starting to warm up. Now, you have people that hate Elon regardless, just because he's Elon, and you have people that will just hate Trump because he's Trump.
Yep.
But if there's anybody that actually has half a brain and just sits back and lets their emotions sit to the side, leave their emotions out of it, and give it a chance, I really do see this being a unifying time. 100%. And if done properly, with J.D. Vance coming up right behind him and Trump Jr., if done right and we don't squander this chance and we don't completely screw up and let the power go to our heads, we could have years of this.
So, and here's the thing. If people want it bad enough, and what I'm saying is that if they'll allow it, see, it will happen. All the people that tout from the rooftops how much they want unity and peace and all these things don't really want it. Because if they did, they would honestly just shut their mouths and let it ride out the way it should.
Well, a lot of it is lip service. It's just because they just want to say the right thing so they can have the moral standing, but their actions aren't followed up by it.
No way. And I guess and you have a clip later that's going to kind of talk about some things. I'm looking forward to that one. I won't say it, but we'll get to it. But we're going to have a good discussion there.
Ahead. So hit me with what you got. Yep.
Okay. Here we go. Let me pull this up. You can see that there?
I can see it.
Okay, perfect. So this is I want your take, and everybody else is watching his take too. Did you predict this as well? Well, they're finally coming out and saying they essentially they knew this. They should have said something. So here you go. Here's what CNN
is this
says.
My live react?
Their decline. Yeah, you can get your live reaction. Yeah, this is what CNN and everyone else and anyone who has a brain knew this the whole entire time. But it's amazing that they're saying it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here you go.
Undercovered, underreported. That would be, to me, Joe Biden's obvious cognitive decline that became undeniable in the televised debate.
At the presidential debate.
I'm going to hear Biden in just a second here. Looks in tip-top shape.
I want to thank you both, and I want to thank the former general. I keep calling him general, but the guy who runs that outfit over there.
Total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more border patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
There you go. Thank you, New York Post. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to jump on the bandwagon. But we don't have to worry about him. Biden's not going to be in the White House, so I don't know if we need to continue to beat him. But yes. But then I'm going to do it anyway. Actually, no, I'm not going to beat him. I think we need to beat the media.
Around him, especially his wife, Mike.
Yeah, well, I mean, his wife should be held up on elder abuse. I mean, she's not really a doctor. But anyway,
no, not. That's what they call her, though. They always have to say that.
Yeah. Well, she's much a doctor as I am because I can read WebMD. But I think, what do I think? I think that the media needs to be held accountable, which will never happen.
No.
Well, actually, no, that's not true. Media now is being held accountable. Why? Because everybody's moving to podcasts and other platforms.
But they're coming out and doing it before anybody else can say something to them.
Right, but what I do think is the media is now kind of doing an about face only because they are losing their audience, and they're losing their audience to the other platforms that they can't regulate and be a mouthpiece for the Democratic Party. People are finding things like your Joe Rogans and podcasts like that, and they're having more of an impact because, number one, that's what this generation relates to that. To those platforms. And I think the media right now is doing about face because they're trying to salvage whatever audience that they have left. And I think it just might be too late. And legacy media is not going to be the go-to for your information anymore. Legacy media is not going to be the go-to for news. It's not going to be the go-to for unfiltered, unbiased information. If you yeah, it's you're going to get your Joe Rogans and all your other podcasts like Ken and Mike Show and stuff
Exactly.
like that.
Well, we're going to the top, Mike.
Oh, absolutely. Well, these people would share us more with their friends and tell everybody about us. Yeah.
Speaking of which, and hey, listen, if you have not liked the show or excuse me, subscribed on YouTube, please do that. That will help us tremendously. And like we said earlier, we're definitely going to have a lot of great things coming down the pipeline and essentially guests like we did before, all those types of things as well. So catch us there. Thank you in advance. Okay, so you were saying?
I wasn't saying anything. I was just saying that I think media is done
It is.
as we know it. And I mean, you even see people like, hey, well, the platform we're on right now, live, Facebook. You even see your Mark Zuckerberg's kind of doing an about face now because he saw the writing on the wall. And I think the rest of your platforms, if they want to have any sort of solvency, are gonna follow suit.
Speaking of Mark, he's leaving the nerd cycle and he's becoming like a skater looking emo / I don't know what hipster.
Well, I did see he was hanging out with that one that one MMA guy there, and he's getting all buff now. But hey,
Yeah. Okay. maybe he's really strong. I have no idea. I'd love to take him just for fun.
how do you mean that, Kenny?
Well, I'd like to take his money. Just,
Anyway. Okay, what else you got for me?
all right. So one thing I do want to do is I want to share this right here because I haven't talked about this, and we actually were discussing this the other day. And that is, give me 1 second here. Let me pull this up and see if I can't share this with everybody. Can I do a screen share? How can I want to do this? Give me 1 second. Well, one thing I guess I could do it like this, I guess. Hold on a second, Mike. I do want to announce this or kind of put this out there for everybody too. One thing that we haven't mentioned a whole lot of since we've kind of came back is actually, and you'll see why I mentioned this too, as it's not like a self-serving thing, is the BMG network. On there, one thing that we love about what we do is we like to prop other people up as well. And one of those people is Ted Flint of the Pac-Man Show podcast. And I'm telling you, he puts a dynamite show out every single week. It's super informative. The guy has been in broadcast for, my gosh, I think since I've been born. He also, for those who are up in New York,
very long time ago.
Also,
everybody knows.
he also works for WGY too. I'll put that out there too. So he's kind of putting out there. I used to be his board operator, engineer while he did his live shows when I was broadcasting with him and loved it. And but the one thing he does too is he writes. So he puts a column out every single week. Well, at least he tries to. And his columns are fantastic and they're really good reads. See if I can give you a quick little glimpse of what the I don't know if it's going to let me move it around. Let me see. Can you see that on the screen?
I can see part of it. You don't have the
Yeah, it's only going to show
Are you
part of
using
it.
the Interact in the
That's-
software?
I am, and that's okay. But if you see that there, that is kind of essentially what it looks like. That is the BMG network. That's where you'll find, and we haven't done a whole lot on the website. One thing that's been continuous though is the columns, and of course you can go find the shows there as well.
But we're coming back.
We are. That's coming back big time. Yep, 100%. But again, also his daughter Maddie Flint, who is like a genius, very young genius, like literally. She can do everything from art to music to literally. She's an incredible artist, by the way. My gosh, her paintings are insane. But she has a podcast called The Essentials, and it is eclectic. It's so versatile, and it goes from everything from medical to politics to drinking coffee and why it's good for you, that type of thing. So I check that out.
Well, maybe I should put you on the spot right now while we have you live here with the audience. And maybe we should get some of the original people back together, and we'll do a show with everybody.
I think that'd be great.
And maybe we can even reach out to the people that left us just so we can have an anniversary type thing.
We'll just roast them the whole time.
Yeah, that's right. Some people like to, leave, just like someone left the state and left me here in New York and went down to Tennessee.
Who the heck would do that?
But, nevertheless, we can put everything together, and maybe we'll have a show with everybody and kind of rehash where we came from and how we started and,
where we're going.
Absolutely.
I think it's a great idea. And what say you all who are watching too? How would you like that? Get all the hosts together. As you've watched us, if you watch us, know anything about us and watched us in the past, we once in a while would have like a panel discussion. We'd have people like Ted, Kristen Coons. I'll put some names out there. Adrian Ross, and we'd also have I think Maddie. I don't know if she was able to join.
Maddie was there once. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Myself, you. All right. What else you got for me?
All right. So let's go ahead and real quick before we jump into anything else, I'm gonna randomly go through some stories. All right, and I'm looking at the news right now.
Yeah.
All right, I know you can't see what I'm seeing right now, but I'm gonna put some stuff
is
out
the
there.
drone thing all gone now? I haven't heard anything about it. It just
So
has
it's
it gone
kind of
through its
there
news
simmering.
cycle and nobody really cares.
No, I guess nobody cares enough. I still kind of want to know. I think we talked about that last time. I played a clip of Trump explaining they know exactly what's going on. But I heard some of these drones, Mike, were like 6 feet long. They were huge, right?
That's not a drone. That's an aircraft.
But I guess they were pretty big, though.
Yeah.
Anybody else that was watching, you know anything about the drones? Like, what is going on with them? And they found out more information. I don't think they're even telling us anything.
They want us to think it's aliens. I think it has something to do. I mean, I was talking with somebody else about this, and the speculation it has something to do with that. What is it? The uranium that disappeared down there in New Jersey.
Oh, got you.
So maybe they're searching for that, and
That's possible. That's possible. Well, here's the top story.
Isn't New Jersey a wasteland anyway?
It's called the armpit for a reason. It smells. That's for sure.
Oh my gosh, I remember going through. Oh man, that brings back memories. Going down to the Meadowlands. Oh, years ago, you just cross the bridge and it's like, oh my gosh, roll up your windows.
we have a place, and we were moving to Tennessee. We asked our brother-in-law, to keep us away from there's a dump, and we are far enough away from it but once in a blue moon, if the wind is blowing just right, we get a whiff of it, and it's a huge dump though. It's a hazard.
Hey, Kayla just chimed in on the drones.
What'd she say?
Drones are old news. I've been researching and noticing them for many years. It is funny how people don't start realizing and freaking out about them just until the media actually brings something up about them. Well, that's true.
That is a very fair point.
Yeah,
It is true.
I don't. You know what? I really wished that some Billy Bob backwoods guy would have, went out there and did some skeet shooting with him. That would have been hilarious. Now,
The guy from Florida, we should have called him.
That would have been newsworthy.
Yeah.
But no, I don't want him to take down one. I mean, I want a good sharpshooter, and that it's like Duck Hunt and Nintendo. You see him plucking them out of the air. That would have been amazing.
If you like Duck Hunt and you still like Duck Hunt, if you played Duck Hunt recently, you got to let me know in the chat, because that's I haven't played that, Mike. I don't know when I pulled that game out of. Gosh, geesh, I don't even know.
I have
Comparatively speaking,
the
it'd be boring.
somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, so go through your news. Go ahead.
Okay, so here's the top
Let's
stories.
react.
This is what people, I guess, essentially are very enthralled in right now. So the U.S. Treasury says its computers were hacked by a Chinese threat.
What else is new?
Yeah. So just whatever. They essentially owe an arm.
We can't secure the border. You think we'll be able to secure our internet?
Right.
It's got just
No.
as many holes in it.
Exactly. Absolutely. Of course, we know about Jimmy Carter.
Mm-hmm.
Trump endorses Mike Johnson for House Speaker.
They made some backwoods deal.
Yeah. What do you think about that? Are you a Mike Johnson fan?
I was initially.
Okay.
Watching as things have played out recently, I think he's part of the swamp. Because he's changed his mind a few times, especially with that last bill that they pushed through. He seems like a panderer to me. He really does. And I know he's a man of faith. And when he first hit the airwaves there, and we all found out about him, I was a fan by only what they were telling me. But watching how he's kind of morphed, trying to save his butt and saving his speakership when Trump came around, I don't know. I think he's part of the swamp, but we'll see.
We will find out because we saw that. Do you remember, and kind of going backwards, remember when Obama was being reelected, and of course his going against him was Mitt Romney.
Well, I'm glad Romney's retiring.
So at the time, though, right, everybody was hyped up because they just wanted Obama out. And I'll tell you, looking back, Obama did a number on our country. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think Romney would have done any better.
Romney's a rhino.
He's a rhino. He was
Romney's as
Two-faced.
Democrat as you can get as a Republican.
It was unbelievable. It was like he was like literally a sheep in wolf's clothing.
Yeah, and he was only
Or wolf in sheep's clothing.
yeah he was he was self-serving. That's all he was. Very self-serving.
Yes.
All
Yep.
right. Next out headline. Come on.
Here you go. ICE shuts down programs offering services to illegal immigrants, citing immense costs. Can you believe it? The costs.
I don't.
Of course it's
I'm
costing
glad they just shut down services to anything that's illegal.
Right?
I don't care what. I don't care. There's a cost factor to it. It never should have happened to begin with.
Exactly. That's what's so funny, right?
Where is common sense? I'm a layman idiot with no education. I mean, anyway, go ahead.
We're supposed to clap our hands about that, though. Oh my gosh, we're doing something about something that's illegal. Yes, thank you. Why that should not even be praiseworthy. It should just be obvious, common sense, like you said, just being done on a daily basis.
My
Oh
God.
my gosh. Oh, here you go. Detransitioner.
Are you throwing your name in there or what? You looking for opportunities?
No, I'm trying to tell you about it.
Oh, okay.
So you have opportunities, buddy. A detransitioner
So
sues,
silly.
saying she was fast tracked into surgery. Hey,
Oh, so now we're a victim of. Go ahead, continue.
yeah, that's just one of the headlines. I won't even jump into it. It's interesting though because on one side, I don't know the whole story. I don't know if they're mad about that now they're detransitioning. Now they're not happy. That who knows with these people.
Well, it's amazing the stories of all the people you're hearing now and the horror stories are coming out with the detransitioning.
Yes.
And I'll be more curious, not so much the stories, but more curious to see how the media reacts to it and if it's even covered.
It's not because I've had to
it'll
dig
blow
for a
so
couple.
many holes in their narratives if it is.
I watched them. There's a guy that goes around. He wears like a sign, and one person came up and goes, "Hey, I see on YouTube. I'm actually in the process of detransitioning. You have no idea how thankful I am for you speaking out against this. You have no idea the damage it's done to my life." And I don't know if it was a female, but they spoke out a lot about it, and it was amazing to me because it is ruining people's lives.
Well, I've been able to cope pretty well. I'm still debating whether or not I want to go back to being Michelle, but until then.
Yeah, no, I was going to ask you. I didn't want to bring it up, but since you brought it up, I'm looking forward to seeing what God does in your life, Mike. I hope.
Listen, I will make one heck of an ugly woman. I don't know if it's the beard.
I don't know. I'll tell you what. You ever do those apps that you can make yourself look like?
Yes, I've done that.
They're pretty
And
hilarious.
I was
actually.
not attractive at all. Even after 5 beers. I mean, it's not going to happen.
Oh my gosh. So honestly, what else is in news here? There's not a whole lot. I essentially brought up the whole. Okay. Here's a good one for you. Okay, we know about Tom Homan. Once again, he's out
I'm
there.
his number one fan.
Yeah, he's out there saying the same thing. A secure border, and I'm gonna say this very clearly to anyone: a secure border saves lives.
Yes.
A secure border saves lives. That's the headline. That's all you need to say there, and that's what he's going around telling people.
You know what I
because
want to
he's
see,
exactly
Kenny,
right.
and it's not going to happen. But the day it does happen, I will come on the Kenny and Mike show, and I will give away money. I mean, what I want to see happen is I want to see these Newsoms or these governors that are right now are resisting, and I just want to see him grab them by the back of the neck, put them in handcuffs, and have them perp walked on mainstream media that we just arrested a governor who is resisting the federal law.
Yes,
I just want to see it happen.
me too.
I mean, I'd sit down with popcorn for that.
So would I. I think that'd be so much fun.
It'd be
I'm not
better than my
joking.
Bills winning the Super. No, it wouldn't. But it'd be better than the Super Bowl.
It would be really great to watch because it's so deserving. It
Yes.
really is.
I want to see a governor I want to see Newsom get perp walked. That would just be hilarious.
Well, here's the thing, Mike. Did you? I'm sure you heard this news just recently, and it's super sad. I hate these kinds of stories because I hate seeing the face, and then you think about what they went through. Lady on the train, illegal immigrant, killed her by burning her.
Yes, that whole thing. Yes, I mean,
What in the world? He watched it.
Wait. But look at how the media has handled both of those different scenarios. Where the guy who was, how much of an uproar the media was over the Marine that went in there and chokeholded a guy to death who was threatening to do to do harm.
Penny. Yep.
And then yet the silence for this other case where the illegal, mind you, let's say illegal about 5 times. Everybody say it with me. Illegal. Went on the train and burned somebody up. I mean, and their life is of less value because they were homeless. You took a person's life. And where's the outcry? They wanted to hang Penny for defending people. And yet there's nothing but silence right now for this case. It's disgusting.
It is disgusting. Just think about it. You're an innocent female sitting on a train. I think she was sleeping, actually. She was resting or something like that. He went over there and just started her on fire.
That's crazy.
It really is demented.
Apparently another one just happened, too.
In New York?
Yeah, but the guy survived. Apparently he woke up on fire. I hate to laugh.
I am laughing.
It's the visual in my head is hilarious, but the fact that it happened isn't. That's disgusting.
Right. It is disgusting.
Next
It's
headline.
unbelievable.
Come on, let's go. Let's
Go in here.
speed around here.
All right. Here you go. Let's take a look here. No, it's boring. Boring.
What are you reading my social media?
So, Deion Sanders takes aim at multiple idiots, suggesting he will choose where his son plays the NFL. What do you think about that? Knowing that you're a good football fan too.
I'm not a fan of Deion Sanders anymore. It's been more about him and hyping his brand, and I think it's more of an ego trip right now than it is to elevating players, and especially his own son. But I digress. I won't get into more of that.
He's got some issues with his feet. I think he lost like a toe or two. I don't know what it was. Some neurological issues, which is kind of sad. He was fast. I'll say that. Him and Jerry Rice definitely had a good duel for a while. So
Yeah, I saw that he lost some. I guess they want to take some more. I saw an interview with him that they want to take the other ones off, and his joke was, "Well, then I'd have a size 9 and a size 11." I mean, how's that going to work?
Oh my gosh.
But anyway, you can make it. Kayla says you can make a joke about anything, just not Mexicans. Now that's crossing the border. That's true.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Oh, anyway. What else
Yes.
you got?
So
Here, let's do my one little headline here. What do we got here?
I want to hear this.
All right, we'll just play the first part of this, and I'll
Do it.
let Kenny respond.
Death sentences of 37 death row inmates.
Hold on.
Biden commuted death sentences of 37 death row inmates just 2 days before the families of their victims gather for Christmas. Biden defending his move, explaining, quote, I condemn these murderers and grieve for the victims of their despicable acts, but guided by my conscience and my experience, I am more convinced than ever that we must stop the use of the death penalty.
Respond, Kenny.
I vehemently disagree. I don't know. I know that there's some people that really get finicky about the death penalty and they hate it.
He commuted the sentences. Does that mean they get off?
Why should he be able to do that? I know he's the president. I get it, but on people who are literally, think about it.
You're
though.
on death row.
Right, and think about
Also,
the
he wants to be all compassionate. 37. How compassionate are you for the family members?
That's exactly right.
But we shouldn't be using the death penalty. That's why his heart hurts that we might kill somebody who's evil and depraved. So let's talk about that. Where do you stand on the death penalty?
His son is just as bad, really. I mean, he did some, in my opinion, what he was doing over in Japan or China or wherever he was with whomever he was doing it with, and not just the drugs, but all the other stuff that came with it. It's completely disgusting. He belongs he should be on the, what is the list of pedophiles or whatever like that, so you can make sure that you never go near them.
Oh, yeah.
He should be on that list, and he should not be out in public. Mr. Hunter.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about, though. The registry.
Yes, he must register as a sex offender.
Yes.
What's your opinion on death penalty?
There was a time that they had public hangings.
I've said that right on this show, man. I think you start bringing back public hangings, a lot of our problems and ills in this world will end.
I think it's sad when there's, like, if there was a case, and I know that there has been. I know there has been.
I think we should choose what we hang them by, though.
You mean what body part?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean.
I know where you're going with that too.
I mean,
so you're talking about sex offenders.
Sex offenders, you get hung by the junk.
They well deserved.
Murderers, you get hung by the neck.
Yeah.
What other depraved things do you go to death penalty for? I mean, I'm all for slow death too for people who harm children, and let's start pulling toenails and then fingernails and body
Just
parts.
make sure they did the crime.
One.
Just so there's no mishaps. I know that there's been mishaps at time or two where they shouldn't have died.
Mishaps and mishaps in how you're treating it, or mishaps in terms of we've accused the wrong person.
Accused the wrong person.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there should
treating,
be sort of. I mean, it should be beyond a shadow of a doubt that if you caught them red-handed, basically, let's start hanging people.
There needs to be consequences. Look at without consequences, without some type of value and standard, as we've talked about a million times, people are just going to do whatever they want, and they know they can get away with it.
Know what we should do? Let's not hang them. Other than we should probably attach. Let's do a pay-per-view. And everybody, you won't know who. We'll attach an electrocution rod to somebody's IP address at random. When you hit enter at home,
oh my God,
you take the guy out. I mean, we could take down the deficit for this if it was pay-per-view.
Oh my gosh, people would have definitely control over what happens, right?
Yeah, but just think about it. If we were to charge pay-per-view and hang some of these people, and people at home could be involved, man, we would kill two birds with one stone, knock down the national deficit, and get rid of some criminals.
You want to take it this far? I mean, we could make a real lot of. We could open up our own arena and start going gladiator style.
Oh, that would be great. That they have to fight each other to the death, and the one that survives gets a chance at being freed. That would be awesome.
Hey, I'm just.
Or you just hang meat around their neck and they have to go into a pit of lions.
Lions den. Oh my gosh.
This is getting far.
It's getting a little interesting. But I will tell you what, though, that's how serious I think you and I are, though, in the fact of these people that are on death row are on there for a reason.
Or you just chain them out in public, completely nude.
Yeah,
I mean, complete embarrassment, and let that happen. And I guarantee you, people throwing things, they won't survive a night. You do it like in a place in the middle of winter.
could stone them. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, sure,
I mean,
why not? We're
reality
such a-
is these people are disgusting.
We've proven by everything that we've allowed to happen on the subways in New York State that we're really not a civilized nation. So if that's acceptable, just to let things happen like that, hey, let's bring back public lynchings.
Something. Absolutely. I don't disagree.
I have a
I don't.
feeling I'm going to have federal agents at my door soon.
I was just agreeing with Mike. It was his words.
I was just agreeing. I had said nothing about it, but I was just agreeing.
He asked me my opinion, period. It's only my opinion.
Oh, my
The opinions on this show do not, no, the disclaimer. All right. Do not reflect.
necessarily my views, just Hanson's over there. All right,
Both of our
Kenny.
opinions. All right.
Let's move on.
Okay, let's do it. And so, by the way, around this time, we would be taking a break. So we'd usually say, we'll be right back.
Trump is in the White House. That means Ken and Mike are out of the outhouse and back in the studio for the Ken and Mike Show. So if you want real, honest talk with a dose of entertainment, no need to look any further. Ken and Mike have you covered. Ken and Mike are returning with an all-new show, but with the same potent and highly absorbable nutritional ingredients: truth, sarcasm, wit, and humor. New episode drops every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time starting November 21st on all major platforms. So tune in and join the conversation with Ken and Mike on The Ken and Mike Show. The Ken and Mike Show is not FDA approved and is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Please consult your doctor and or therapist before listening, as it may cause major side effects triggered by truth.
We are back, and it's great to be here, everybody. And if you have not pressed that like button, if you haven't shared this with your friends, your family, your loved ones, or even people that you don't like, please do so. Also, YouTube, like that. Click the bell, subscribe, please. We gotta get those numbers up, and we appreciate you doing that. Rumble as well. We are on there, and all the other podcast platforms.
So, guys, we have three options tonight. Kenny has a segment for me. What's it called?
It is it's hypothetical conversation questions. So it's going to be like we're going to get inside the head, inside of Mike's head.
Okay.
What would you do?
And then the second one's going to be the Family Feud style of trivia for New Year's Eve for Kenny. And we're also going to have the Kenny Reacts segment where I show random photos to him of things. And we just see how he responds and how he reacts. So which one should we go with first?
I want to put this out there. If you did not watch last week's show, I encourage you, fast forward it to the Ken Reacts and just see what happens and what Mike does to me. It's great.
Oh, last week's show was hilarious. I mean, it was a birthing moment for Kenny.
To put it lightly. All right. So what do we want to do first?
What do we do first? Do we go after Kenny or do we have to go after Mike?
Oh, well, I do want to put what Caleb put out here first. What we were just discussing, though, or what you gave. So, in my opinion, you should get what you give.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can make. Okay, that's okay.
That harkens back the eye for eye, tooth for tooth type thing. You know, I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean,
agree.
if it's totally depraved, I mean, I'm not maybe not the American institutions, but I am a trumpeter of, you know, recovery, and rehabbing
Salvation.
people and salvation, you know, and I think there should be left room for those things because trust us. I mean, let's be honest. All of us fall short of the glory of God. Mm-hmm. All of us, all sin is worthy of death. So we all screw up, but there is, I mean, even as Paul said, Paul was a proponent of the death penalty. He even said, if I have done anything worthy of death, take me out. You know, that's the short version. So I think there's precedence for it, even in Scripture, things that you and I both believe in. But I do believe that, there should be room for there should be room for grace. But for people who are that depraved, that are doing these things to children, that have no regard for life, lighting people up on fire, I think there comes a time where we need to, as a people, say enough is enough. And we joke about it. We do, we have our laughs here, but we really should consider, and I'm serious about it when I say it, we really should consider being a little bit more extreme and strict when it comes to our laws and the penalty for doing such things.
Absolutely. I agree. I really do. Again, it comes back to why do we give our kids consequences so that they don't.
So Sue says go with Kenny.
Who says that?
Sue Markle says go with Kenny.
Oh,
so what are we going to do? So do we want to do trivia with Kenny, or do we want to do Kenny Reacts? Because then you can do yours for me after that, and then we'll follow up with the other one that they don't say. So do we want to do trivia for Kenny, or do we want to do Kenny Reacts? Go ahead and put it there in the chat.
Wait. While they're doing that, I'm going to look at a couple of good questions for you, too.
So I think let's wait to see what the chat says. Do we want to do Kenny Reacts, or do we want to do trivia? Now, mind you, if you choose trivia, you can play at home. If Kenny gets 3 X's, you have an opportunity. Kenny Reacts. Okay, so we're gonna do Kenny Reacts first.
Okay.
Kenny, are you ready?
I almost am.
You almost am. All right. Well, we're gonna get the slideshow going here. Ready, Kenny? I have found some. Last week we did how we'd say design fails and sign fails and accidental. Basically, these designs probably should have been vetted through 13-year-old boys before being put into actual production. Because if you got a laugh, you probably shouldn't have produced it. So
Exactly.
Here we go. We're going to start with the first one, Kenny.
Let me get over here. Let me get my. Okay, I'm ready. Here we go.
There's your first one, Kenny.
White Power accessories. Wow.
Yeah.
So that would be considered racist, right?
Yes. And
So
I'm trying. Hold on a second. I'm trying to with the image slideshow. Here we go. You can see it there.
I can see that absolutely. So why'd they have to say it like that? Why couldn't they just say power accessories? Why is it white?
They're white power accessories.
Oh my gosh!
They get better as we go on.
Okay, what store is this?
I'm assuming that's Home Depot.
Okay. Okay. Because I prefer Lowe's. So okay.
Next, what is wrong with this picture?
I don't know. I'm already laughing because I know something's going to be weird. Here we go. Gosh.
It's teaching kids how to count.
1, 2, 3, 4. 6 bananas.
But
What the heck?
But it says 5.
Why does it say 5? Is that for real? Is that your book at home?
Yes.
Is it really? Oh.
No, it's not. But this is a real book.
Okay.
All right, moving on.
Find that for a kid.
Kenny.
Okay, longer, larger. What's that? Farther?
Yeah, but it says fart. I mean, they open the door. You should really, should figure out your letter placement.
Longer, larger, fart. I like it.
Your letter placement.
Oh, there you go. Now I
you
see it.
Is that
That's
better?
amazing.
Is that better?
That's amazing. Absolutely. Well, it makes sense because between this and the cow and buffalo gas production, it's just not doing good for our
Maybe
economy.
I'll shrink this down a little bit so viewers can see more of it. There you
Here
go.
we go.
Is that better?
That's better.
Okay.
That's better.
All right, moving on to the next one.
Anal tech. Man, what the heck is that picture? I don't want to know what that is.
I hope that's not an actual image.
I don't know what that is. Oh gosh. All right.
All right, let's go. Kenny.
Don't go there.
Kenny Reacts.
Hose work here. I could barely see the
ER.
heroes.
It's over a hospital, so it's supposed to say ER and heroes work here. But really, their media department failed.
Somebody loved it.
Because the hose work
loved
here.
it.
Now, is that really what you want to tell your CPNs and your RNs and your nurses?
Well, I want to see a live video footage of the people that come out of there. If it's all females, then we know what's going on. So, all right.
But the hose work here. Moving on.
Is that where you get it chopped?
I don't know what kind of store it is, but
I don't either.
I hear it's 10% off.
So, what type of people? No, never mind. I almost really you would get us kicked off as what I was going to say. If you're older and that hasn't been done and you want to get it done, there should be a number somewhere for you. All right,
Goodness.
that's amazing. Beta.
Oh, that's hilarious. All right, Kenny reacts. Number 7. Gilf? It's assuming they're supposed to be using the golf ball and the tee as an
Right.
O, but come on, people, do better.
That's not good.
No, that's not good. I mean, I've heard of stall buddies, but come on.
And that's got to be. I hope is that a female bathroom?
I'm assuming maybe by the pink garbage can, but
That would make sense if that's. But again, sometimes you see those kinds of garbage cans in a male's bathroom. If that's a male one, that's pathetic. If it's a female, it kind of makes sense because they go to the bathroom together, but not like that.
do you
though.
really,
I'm sure-
really want to be face to face like
I don't
that?
think so.
God.
What the heck? Honestly,
Moving on.
that is weird. The toilets are different. Okay. Trash employees only. Oh, that's great. So I wonder if I'm sure wherever this is, I wonder if they toyed with some of the employees and said that's the only bathroom you're allowed to use. All right, that's amazing.
Someone should have wrote white above that.
Oh my gosh, that would have been the icing on the cake.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Oh, is that a wine?
That's all liquor.
Walmart pharmacy. During COVID, it sure was, right?
Wow.
Oh, that's great.
I'm sure that store manager got promoted.
I'm sure they made a killing. All right, let's see here. Literally, people were dying of alcoholism. Okay, let's see here. The road to success. Stop the road to success. Oh, that's great. That's Middle Tennessee. Oh no. I might have saw that. Oh my gosh.
Oh, these are great. All right, I got 5 more for you. Ready?
Ready.
If you don't know yet,
I love that. I've seen some of these reels. Like they should. Oh my gosh, I saw one the other day. I won't even go down that route. But it was 2 men, or one of them was a woman, and they were happy that they were
there
pregnant.
was 2 men.
One was transgender.
Oh, okay.
But either way, I'm like, it was just gross. That's hilarious, though.
We're getting better as we go on here. I got 3 more for you.
Tall tale signs there. Okay. Attention, toilet only for disabled elderly pregnant children. Thank you for shipping us. Oh, only for
disabled elderly pregnant children.
That's wow. Somebody needs to
punctuation helps.
It definitely, yeah. I mean, again, the English language, in my opinion, is horrible. But punctuation is not hard to do.
All right, 2 more. No, yeah, 3 more. Sorry.
Oh no, that's the worst. I already hate going to the bathroom in public places. Can
But
you
now
imagine
you have
that?
weird feelings. So
Ken, is that you? Hey, Mike. Oh my gosh, it's like one of those cheap motels that you go to, and they have the mirrors all over the place.
Wow,
This
wow,
place?
Kenny, when was the last
Here.
time you were in a cheap hotel that had mirrors all over the place? Is there a story there?
No, there's not. It was just no, nothing like that. It was just anyway,
We'll move on before you dig a hole. Okay.
yeah, I'm done. Oh, that's amazing. Oh yes. Oh, poor kids have no idea what they're going through. That's great.
Really?
Oh gosh, okay. Either they purposefully put that design together and said this is going to be hilarious, or they literally were not thinking. What the heck is that? I love it. I want that in my backyard.
Oh, this is hilarious stuff. All right, your last one. You ready?
I think so. As long as it's not a.
We really should have thought about these
pirate
designs
ship.
before they go to production.
Their fan was not working, or is that supposed to be a hose that flows water? Oh my god!
That's supposed to be a sword.
That's great.
So here on the Kenny Reacts.
Oh my gosh! It's not. Well, even if it's supposed to be sticking up.
Maybe it needs a little blue pill.
Oh, it's a middle-aged man, Mike. Middle-aged man.
But come on, people! Before you go to production, these are children playing on these things.
You know, adults are like, "Oh my gosh," when they go to that place.
And we're all laughing, and we think it's hilarious. Meanwhile, Daddy, look at his sword.
Hey, somebody's making money. So,
oh my goodness!
at the demise of somebody else. That's amazing.
Anyway,
Mike, I appreciate the laugh.
That was this week's episode of Kenny Reacts.
All right.
You feeling better, Kenny?
I do feel better. You can take that down now. I don't want to look at that.
You sure?
No.
You positive?
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay.
Oh gosh. Oh, that's great.
Well,
Thank
anyway, you're welcome, Kenny. I'm glad I can get that out of you. So, in this week's edition of Kenny Reacts.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for watching that. And Mike, thank you for
My goal every week
The
is to
endurance
the
and-
audience is to see how red we can get Kenny on camera. And I will push the envelope. I won't do anything crass, but I do like to catch Kenny off guard.
And he does. And so he's the last one. Actually, the last one last week came up first on accident, which was hilarious. So
Yeah, I can't. I was like, darn it, there it is.
okay.
All right, so we won't do trivia now. We got to do.
You're gonna get in the brain of Mike.
I can't now. Oh, that was hilarious.
Like you get your moral thoughts together, and we'll go here. You let me know when you're ready, and I'll ask you a what if type of question.
What if, or would you rather?
Or what would you do?
What would I do? All right. Hold on. Do you want to see that slide one more time?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So some of these questions, I think I already know what you would do, actually. So I can't ask you
Well,
that.
the audience might not.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Yeah, and by the way, audience, please put what would you do when I ask these questions as well. Love to hear what would you do in these situations. All right. So let's see here.
And, I think we lost some viewers there when I showed the slideshow, so I apologize if we offended anybody.
But it was funny.
Oh, it was hilarious.
All right. Mr. Mike.
Yes.
All right, here you go. Are you ready?
Yep,
And
go
this goes for anybody who's watching as well. I'll put it right in there. Every day, okay, 12 new things. This is going to happen for your life. So if this happened, 12 new things every day arrive at your house. Every day, 12 things. All of which begin with a letter you choose. Which letter would you pick?
M.
M. Is there a reason behind that?
Money.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Would all 12 things be money? Just
Well, you have money, and what else starts with M that might? I get 12 things, right?
12 things.
So you got money, More money.
Okay.
That takes care of two of them. What else starts with an M that might, darn it, Kenny, you messed me up there, yeah. Because I can't think of anything else that starts with an M. I mean, you got...
Then again, it'd be 12 new things that arrive at your house. So really, it could be anything. It just, I guess the question really is
a Mustang,
Mustang,
money, mayonnaise. I mean, yeah, good. I don't know. You got me there because 12, starting with the little letter M.
monkey, money, Mustang,
Miracle Grow,
milk, Miracle Grow,
milk. Shoot, I probably should have thought of better before I just came out with M
Sorry,
for
you don't have,
money.
to, you don't have to come up with those. That's all right.
All right, go
It
ahead.
would be 12 new things. It'd have to be. They have to start with the letter M. You just might not know what they are.
Yeah.
All right,
Go ahead.
here we go. What show would you like if you had to be trapped in a TV show for a month? And who would you be if you were a character? So a TV show.
Ooh, that's good. That's good. If I could be trapped in a TV show and I had to be the character, like lived it real life,
Yes.
that is a good question. If I were, I'd probably a show like Hawaii Five-0.
Okay.
Only because, and I'd be Garrett, I'd be like the hero, and, I'd be ripped and buff and get all the girls and have all the anything I need at my disposal, but also be a crime stopper. And yeah, that'd be fun. I think I'd do that.
That'd be fun. Hawaii Five. So there's actually, when I was living in Chatham, one of the people, friends, my oldest son's friend's mom, was it in-law or cousin or somebody was the casting director for Hawaii Five-0.
Oh, really? Sue just said yes. I was about to just say before she said that, can I change my answer, Kenny? Because I was thinking of Yellowstone myself. I would love to be Kevin Costner in Yellowstone. I would love to be Dutton.
All right, Miss Sue, who would you want to be in?
She says Beth, and I can
Okay.
understand that, and I can respect that because of how ruthless and she's a little crass, but that's great. That's fine. But I would change my answer to that. I think I would like to be. I'd like to be the elder Dutton, because I would like to think that I was that tough, that ruthless, that calculated, and yet, as much as he was ruthless, he had wisdom.
Yeah, right. I haven't watched all of it, by the way. I've watched some of it.
We just finished it up, watched the entire thing. I'm sad that he wasn't in the final. It did seem rushed, although the last shows were good. But it did seem rushed. But I did like the way they wrapped it up. I was just so waiting for Jamie to get his comeuppance there, and I'm glad he did.
Well, there was some interesting speculation around the reason why he was off the show. Something about.
Well, they couldn't get the schedules right because he was doing his own show.
Oh, okay.
And the producer there was a POS. But anyway, but yeah, I would change it to. I'd like to be trapped in Yellowstone. That'd be awesome for a month. That'd be great, and actually lived that life. That'd be kind of cool.
All right.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
I'm gonna keep them kind of light, and then I'm gonna get to some deranged ones here. So give me 1 second here.
Bring
So-
on the deranged.
All right. Here's a good one for you, Mike. What music would you prefer if you could just listen to one song for the rest of your life? I hate these questions. By the
Oh
way.
gosh, one song? No, because any song that you play over and over again, eventually you hate it.
Hate it.
Is it like a genre of music or just one specific song I had to hear over and over and over again?
One song.
All right, well, I'll go with my all-time favorite song, and it's not a real hard song to play. There's no real theory to it. But my favorite all-time song is the Guns N' Roses cover of Knock on Heaven's Door.
I like that one too. I love that song actually.
Yep, that is one of my that is my favorite song, and I love the way it feels. I love the way it plays. Even Bob Dylan said they did it better than he did.
I love it. I absolutely, and we were talking about this off air one time, and we were talking about music. We won't jump into that too much right now, but I'll just say this. One thing about Guns N' Roses, say what you want about Axl Rose now, or even then, or what have you. Even Slash said this. They said, say what you want about all the things that there's a lot of crazy things that were happening with them, drugs and everything else. But they made one of the best records
of all time. Of all time, Appetite for Destruction is one of the best
tight songs
albums of all time. From first song to the last song.
Yep,
that album was freaking amazing.
Amazing. And by the way, we talked about this, and again, we won't get too deep about how grunge kind of took away from some of the artists back at that time. Guns N' Roses held their own.
Yes,
and so did Steven Tyler's
Aerosmith. Yep.
Aerosmith, he still is essentially. He's kind of a weird dude, but he got weird feet. But I don't know if
I want to know how you know that.
I don't
Did
know
you have
either.
an OnlyFans page that you're buying
No,
pictures? Okay.
no. I saw a headline one time and I was like, what? Look it up. Anybody who's watching this, if you want to see something weird, look up all the things surrounding his feet.
You and I are going to cover that as a topic because you know how I feel about some of the bands, and I think we should get that on air.
Great topic. Yep.
That'd be great.
It's
All right,
a good
move on.
we had a great conversation off the air, and it'll be good on the air. I think people will chime in too. So, all right. So we got that Patience. I love that song. I just listened to that the other day. All right, let's jump in a little bit. Okay, here you go. Will you, Michael Hansen, be able to give up 30 years of your life in exchange for allowing a stranger to die?
Allowing a stranger to die or survive?
In exchange for allowing the stranger. So basically, actually, let me re-ask that. Will you be able to give up 30 years of your life in exchange for allowing a stranger to die or not to die?
Not to die.
Not to die. Let's do that because I don't know why it would be to die. Right? If they were about to die, you could give up 30 years of your life to keep them safe.
I'll be real with you. Absolutely not. I'd like to, there's that compassionate side of me, empathetic side of me. Say, oh, yeah, I'd like to be the hero, lay down my life for someone I don't know. Yeah, no, that's probably not going to work. So I don't know what kind of impact it has. Now, if you give me a backstory that he has kids or depending on him, they're young, he's young, they're all he's got. Yeah, I'd probably do it. But if it's just some stranger I know no backstory, no, not happening.
Okay. All right.
Call me selfish.
No, hey, you know what? Each their own. Self-centered son of a. No.
Bring it on.
All right. Would you kill one innocent child to heal the world's diseases forever?
Oh. Now, are we talking in a world that we know of no God, or are we just talking off the cuff here?
Oh gosh,
You're getting deeper. Let's say no God.
If there's no God, yes.
God.
No.
Okay.
Because if there's a God, he has a plan for everybody, does he not? And there's a reason for his system, and there's a reason for whatever happens. If there's no God, I can save somebody. Yes. If there is a God, no. Let it sort itself out because he knows what's going on.
Okay, so here it goes kind of with a theme of what kind of a TV show. So that we're going to go into the gaming world now. Ready? So what video game would you choose if you had to live for a year in the last one you played, and how would your life be different?
If I lived in the video game?
That's when you played it. Call of Duty, you'd probably be shooting.
Yeah, here's a fun fact. I don't play many video games other than Madden and Call of Duty, I guess. So, yeah, I don't think there's any game I'd like to be stuck in.
Okay.
Yeah, because I suck at Call of Duty, so, I'd be dead.
Just instantly die.
I'd be dead the second you put me in the game. Thanks. then I'd be in the gulag.
All right, I'll give you two more. You ready?
Yep, go ahead.
All right. You are offered a pill that increases your intelligence by 50%. 50, yeah. But also permanently removes your hair, including your brows. Do you dare take it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm ugly to begin with, so it won't make me uglier. I don't care.
Self-destructing. God.
What's the loss of hair going to do with it? If I'm intelligent,
Give Mike some love.
I'll know how to invest. I'll know how to solve world problems. How much is my intelligence increased by?
50.
50%. And I think I'm fairly an intellectual person as it is.
5 to Okay, yeah.
So 50. Yeah, I would.
Okay. Okay, so you're at a 5% intelligence rate now, so the extra 50,
Oh,
55.
dang. Wow. He's going
Okay.
for the jugular tonight.
All right.
Wow.
All right. We'll
Okay.
do you want demented or you want chill for the last one?
Go demented. Let's do it.
All right.
I made you look at a deflated sword. Come on. Let's go demented.
Oh gosh. All right. Would you wish to travel to the future and be present at your own funeral?
No. And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because we all have visions of grandeur for ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, we do.
And I think we might be disappointed about who doesn't show up.
Yeah, you're right.
Is that deep?
It is. It is because I think maybe I'm a weirdo. Once in a while, you do have those moments where maybe you're just ultra tired and your mind starts kind of going weird, and next thing you know, maybe somebody died, and you're thinking about death, and now you're thinking about your funeral, and you're wondering what it would be like, and who's going to be there. Is someone going to sing at you know what I mean? All this kind of stuff.
Right.
So you're exactly right. Maybe it's better not knowing.
Yeah, I don't think I want to go down that road and see. Give me the other one now, because you made me go demented. What was the peaceful one?
Okay. What? Oh, actually, that was a little deep too.
Oh, I like deep then.
Okay, well, not deep. It's really like it could go south
One
with
more.
you.
Thanks. You know me too well.
Talking about death penalty. What rule would you impose if you were the world's king?
If I was the world's king, and what one singular rule?
Yep. If like day one, you're like, I'm putting this rule in place for the whole world.
That we are to follow the 10 Commandments to the T. That's what we base our lives and laws on.
Okay. All right. That's a great standard. And we'll never meet it, and of course they'll find Jesus in the process. So I think that's good. You had a good conversation about that.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that. Well done, Mike.
Yeah, well, now
The mind didn't freak me out as much as I thought it would.
it was buffered. All right, this is where we include our audience now. Everybody belly up to the table. Everybody get ready, because we're going to put Kenny on the spot.
Okay, I'm ready.
Kenny, we are going to play, and we all know how Family Feud is played. Okay. So we are going to have a...
time out. A couple comments I want to put in there. Sam Romano, by the way, his song, you're not going to like this, but he picked Where Did You Sleep Last Night by Nirvana. That's what we listen to over and over again. My sister is very sweet. She said any song by Kenny Burns. And she also said, I play Call of Duty on my phone every day. I'm always ready to gear up any day, so I'd be fine with it.
I'll tell her she has to give me her... oh, wait, no, we can't do it cross-platform with cell phones.
She also says, What's Up by 4 Non Blondes.
I like that song.
So do I.
I'll be honest. I actually like that song, and you can catch me singing it and belting it out when I hear it on the radio.
Us too.
I like it. You're a good call. I like that song.
I'll have to if my daughter wasn't so young, I'd bring her on here because I don't think she needs to be exposed to all of this. But she loves music, and of course, her and I have like deep discussions about music and why you got to go with an artist more than just a great song, because great songs come and go. But she'd surprise you on some of the things that she likes.
Oh, before we get to the trivia, Kenny, you put me on the spot there with your little question, but let me ask you, what is your favorite song of all time? You can only pick one.
Boy, if I could only pick one.
Yeah, what is your favorite song? Now, I'm not saying you got to listen to it on repeat like you did to me, but what is your favorite song of all time?
I think the live version, the BBC live version of this, because I think it's so complex and deep, and the vocals are insane. There's a lot that I like. I'm just going to pick this one just because I'm on the spot. I'm going to say Grace by Jeff Buckley.
Not bad. Not bad. All right. So we all know how the rules of Family Feud, and we took this from the website called Survey Says. We got to give them their kudos here. We are going to do a trivia of the top 100 answers of people surveyed for things related to New Year's Eve because this is the New Year's Eve show.
It's crazy. I can't believe it's here.
Oh, I know, right? So, Kenny, we are going to start off in round one. Okay, in trivia. Can you see that okay?
Unfortunately. Great.
We put Kenny on the spot every week.
Done very good at these.
All right, well, what happens here is we let people answer in chat, but they cannot answer until Kenny gets 3 X's. We get 3 X's, and people have a chance to steal your points. Kenny is team number 1. The audience at home is team number 2. So, Kenny, for round 1,
By the way, Mike, I'll just put this out there, too, for those that are watching. I'm not looking at the comment section, so if they do kind of jump the gun, I'm not looking.
Don't jump the gun. I don't want to give them any help.
Okay, yeah, don't jump the gun. Okay, I'm ready.
Are you ready? All right, question number 1 is...
Hold on, let me get my phone with Google. Hold on 1 second.
No, you can't Google.
Okay, I'm ready.
Question number 1 is... We surveyed 100 people. Name something people do on New Year's Eve.
Drink.
Is drink on here? Drink champagne. What do people do?
Ball drop. Watch the ball drop.
Watch the ball drop.
Music or concert.
Music or concert? Let's see. That is a big...
Up yours survey.
What do people do on New Year's Eve?
Dance?
Is dancing on the list? Do 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 do.
My gosh, who makes these?
Well, when you start seeing the answers, you can go, "Yeah, I'm an idiot."
Oh, God.
What do you do on New Year's Eve?
Eat.
Is eat on here?
If it's not. Oh, my gosh. Okay.
Kenny, you've already mentioned some of the things in our show tonight.
We did? Okay. We did?
Mm-hmm.
Watch the ball drop. Eat snacks. Drink champagne. People, they watch TV. Watch movies. Shows. I won't put that. I don't want that one. I don't like the way it sounds. Okay, go next. Okay. If this is not on here, stay up till midnight. Oh my gosh. Okay. Phew. All right. Stay up late, watch the ball drop, drink champagne, eat snacks.
All I gotta say is you better be doing one of these, and if you miss it, I'm really upset with you. Come on.
Fireworks?
Ooh, that's not what I was alluding to. But watch fireworks.
You said if I'm not doing this,
Mm-hmm.
you'd be upset?
Mm-hmm. I think your wife would be too.
Oh boy. I'd be
He's got 2 strikes, ladies and gentlemen, so the points may be yours. It'll be the first answer that comes in, and if it's right by the people at home, they will get the points. But Kenny has 2 strikes against him. He's got 3 more answers left on the board.
should be upset. What should be upset about? Cuddling, kissing your loved one. Oh, okay. Got it. That never happens because nobody stays up that late. Okay. Can I do this? Games?
Is that your final answer, Kenny?
Oh, gosh. Is that a hint of that's a bad choice?
No, I'm just saying.
I'm going to say games. Yeah, games.
His games on here.
Oh, come on. All right.
All right, so we got 2 answers on the board. We have one person that needs to fill in. First person in, we'll take in the first answer that shows up and see if Kenny gets the points or if our watchers at home, our viewers at home, get the answer. Number 3, we are on a time delay, so we'll see what happens. Bang. Kayla says, makes resolutions.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so they get the points. And the next one, someone's Googling these answers because that next one is go to a party, says Sue Markle. You're right. So these points go to Team 2.
Son of a gun. I get nothing?
You get nothing.
It's like
All right.
make it, take it. Okay.
Moving on. So we're going to do something different here. All right, now let's see if Kenny can steal some points. All right, we'll be on a delay here. So I'm going to read a question to the audience at home. And we'll read that question and see without strikes. We'll get the first answer, next answer. We'll go through it. So you guys got to be careful with your answers. So here is your next question. So, Kenny, you get to sit back. We'll let the people participate at home. Okay? If they get 3 strikes at home, you get a chance to steal some points. Are you ready? They surveyed 100 people. Name something you might find at a New Year's Eve party. They surveyed 100 people. Name something you might find at a New Year's Eve party. Give one answer at a time if you're watching at home. Give Kenny a chance to steal your points, and maybe home people take it all the way through without getting X's. All right. Are you ready? Somebody said alcohol. Survey says, well, I'm going to classify that, even though it's not basically saying alcohol, but I'm going to classify that under drinks. Next answer is noise makers. Do we have... Somebody must be reading this off online from the same place I got it, because that is on there, and I wouldn't have guessed that.
These are smart people.
And somebody said food. We're moving on. Next answer, please. We are on a delay, so please forgive us for quietness if we have it here for a moment. Food was the last one. All right. Next answer, please. Kenny? And we will give them some time before I hit an X if we don't have a new response. I will count down momentarily.
Oh, there you go.
Friends. Do we have friends at a party? That is the first answer in, so you have to hold off. Kayla, your answer comes in first. Are friends at the party? At home has
guys, this is not Mike's list.
their first X. But Deborah says music after that. That is your number one answer. Okay, at home you have 1 X and 4 answers left on the board. I'm watching the live feed now, waiting for it to come through. And I'm going to give you 10 seconds after the music is turned over. Starting now. And do we have an answer? Do we have anybody? Anything? Anything? Nothing's coming in after music, Kenny. Oh, we have fireworks as coming in. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not at the party. So they have 2 strikes. What else would be at the party?
Music, food, drinks, noisemakers.
Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to wait for a delay here. Looks like we might be getting that third X for him, Kenny.
Does that mean I get a chance?
All right, I gave everybody fair shot here, Kenny. Out of 100 people surveyed, Kayla's the last one to put the answer in at fireworks. They got 3 strikes. Name something you might find at a New Year's Eve party. Kenny?
I know I said this last time, but I want to say games.
Or games there?
Cards, games.
That is not on there. So guess who gets those points?
They do.
Team 2 gets those points. Answer. Balloons. Number 7. Party hats.
Really?
Number 5. Confetti. And your number 4 answer. Decorations.
Wow. That does not sound like a New Year's Eve party ever.
Wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Those points went to Team 2. And that is your players at home. I'm going with one more round for our players at home. And let's see. I'm going to see if I can get something good that anybody can participate in, because some of these are a little bit questionable. I mean, we like questionable, but, you know, we are a family-friendly show. All right. This is, what one is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be considered round 6. Round 6. We surveyed 100 people. Kenny, name something you might hear at a New Year's Eve party. Name something you might hear. I'll scroll down so you can see it. Something you might hear at a New Year's Eve party. This is going to Kenny, not for the viewers at home. Kenny, here we go.
New Year.
Name something you might hear at a New Year's Eve party. You say, Happy New Year.
Music. Is this words or is it
just anything you might hear? Because music is the number 1 answer.
Okay. Music. Happy New Year.
Just name sounds. Anything you'd hear. Come on. You got this. You got this.
Clapping.
Will you hear clapping? Ooh, close. But
What? Close? Instruments.
will you hear instruments? Man, you're just being too specific there. Ugh. No, music has instruments. Of course, you're going to hear.
Okay.
Them. I'm going to give you a break on that one.
All right. Music. Happy New Year. Fireworks.
Are you going to hear fireworks?
Oh my gosh. Yes, I will be. So that's a lie.
My God. Right. Kenny, you have 2 strikes and you have 6 answers still on the board. We need you to go home a winner tonight.
That ain't gonna happen.
You know, and we even turned it over to the audience. We're gonna do one more round after this. Turn it over to the audience, see if they get it. If not, Kenny, you need a hug.
Music. Happy New Year. Cheers.
Will you hear cheers?
Barfing. I'm just kidding.
Will you hear copious amounts of puking?
You. Oh goodness.
Come on, Kenny.
Party favors. Or what are those things called? Oh, noisemakers. Okay, noisemakers on there too. Okay. Right. Cheers. Noisemakers. Happy New Year. Music.
What will you hear? You cannot put an answer in there yet. Don't look at the answers, Kenny.
I will not. Is it right?
Oh, it's not. It's not right too. So they would lose points if they put it in at the right time. You have to wait for Kenny to get 3 X's, Josh.
Gosh. TV. I have no idea.
Well, I'm not going to stretch that answer for you because you would hear.
Stretch it.
Stretch it.
Movie.
No. right, we're going to go to the people at home. We are on a time delay, so I'll give you a few seconds. We are not going to count Josh's answer because he put it in there before Kenny got the 3 X's. But the 3 X's are now on the board. But just so you know, Josh, that answer, bottles popping, was wrong. That is not on the list. However, there are 4 more answers on the board. Somebody said laughing. Laughter is the number 2 answer. And somebody also did say countdown. They get the points, but let's see if they can come up with the last 2.
I would have went with that, Josh. Just so you know.
All right. Well, Kenny, they get those points.
Okay.
And that's going on to them here. All righty. Ah, here we are. But if we want to hear the last answer, it is singing and talking.
Oh my gosh! Like the obvious things.
Yes. So, Kenny, we are now going to turn it over to our viewers at home for the last one. The last one. This is a good one, so I have a feeling we might blow through this one pretty quick. The last one that we are going to play for the viewers at home. Now, this is your time, viewers at home, for you to put your answers in the chat, and I will take them as they come in, and I will issue the X's at will when it comes to that. So, Kenny, you get to sit back on this round and see if you can steal the points if our viewers at home get 3 X's. Okay. We surveyed 100 people. Name a place where people might celebrate New Year's Eve. Where might you celebrate New Year's Eve? We are on a delay. I am going to take answers one by one. Number 1, let's go. Where a place where people might celebrate New Year's Eve. Somebody said New York City. Kayla, you are right. Times Square. Next one, Sue says home. Sue, that is your number 1 answer. What's coming in after home? That's just turning over now, Kenny.
Want me to go?
No, I'm waiting for them. Somebody said a restaurant. That is your number 6 answer. Somebody said a bar. A bar is your number 3 answer. We're blowing through them, Kenny. They have 4 answers. There's 4 remaining and no strikes. Deborah got herself on the board. Kayla got herself on the board. Sue got herself on the board with the number 1 answer. Do we have anybody that wants to turn over the next one? I'm going to count down from 10 now because I see it on the live feed that it has been up there for a while. So we're going 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm going to hit the buzzer. Somebody just said a casino. That is not one of the 100 answers. Counting down from 10 again because the casino just got in there. 10, 9, 8. Vegas.
And a relative's house.
With family, that is on there. Vegas was another answer in there. We're going to have to exit on that one. They have 2 X's, Kenny, and they have 3 more answers on the board. Vegas and casino are not on there. What is next? I'm going to wait a little while. They just saw the second X come up on the screen. I just saw it now. You've got 10 seconds to provide me with an answer, and then Kenny can come in for the steal. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. With friends is an answer that came in. That is on the board. Kayla with a save. We got 2 more answers on the board. We got Counting down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we are about to hit the buzzer for Kenny. And let's see if Kenny. Now, everybody has to stay quiet.
I'm going to put this out there, and it is true.
I want you to think really hard about this, Kenny, because you have 2 answers on the board, no strikes. You have not pulled points in since we started this game. So, Kenny, we want you to pull some points in. We want you to go home a winner tonight and feel good about the Ken and Mike show. Somebody said church. That just got you your third X. Not celebrating that at home or at Times Square, or sorry, at New Year's Eve. So where are you going, Kenny?
I'm not just saying this because I'm near here, but it's actually is one of the most popular places nowadays is Nashville. Go ahead and give me the X.
You want to try again?
It is. I don't care what your thing
but
says.
They asked 100 people, and I'm sure they
Well,
were from
100
Nashville.
who are these 100 people?
Where are you going?
All right.
Now, mind you, Kenny, I'll give you a small hint. Very small hint. It's something I did in my 20s for New Year's Eve.
You did in your 20s?
Yep. I wouldn't do it now. Too old and I got kids. I'm going to give you 10 seconds, Kenny.
Hooters?
No, I've never been there. 9, 8.
What? You're timing me? Oh my gosh. Let's see. You did it in your 20s. Oh,
Now,
God.
you could pick another one too, but I mean, these answers, one is general, so it's a general answer. You should be able to figure it out. And the other one is specific but known. Our viewers at home.
On the river on a boat?
Are
I
you
don't
going to
know.
get a clean sweep, viewers at home?
I'm gonna say on a boat. I know it's wrong.
Our number 4 answer is. I did that in my 20s. New Year's.
I
It was
look at a
customary.
bar and a club. I know they're different, but I just
And your number 2 answer, it's general. Everybody should have got it. Because we all throw a New Year's Eve party.
oh my gosh, come on.
So, congratulations, viewers at home. You have beaten Kenny.
I haven't won once, by the way. Have
With
I?
a-
Have I?
with
No,
a-
didn't I do one of the songs one time for like Christmas song or something?
Yeah,
Did
you
I?
did. I'll give
Okay.
you that. But as far as winning the whole game, it's 2,080 points, 2-0.
Awesome.
Kenny, thank you for playing. Viewers at home, thank you for playing. Thank you for making Kenny feel like he is amazing at this game. And we'll try again next week.
I love it. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna figure out a strategy.
Oh, I mean, I have more for you if you think you can do it or if you played out.
I'm played out.
Okay.
Yes, thank you all for participating, and you did beat me bad. And I'm not surprised. I'm just not good at this game. Oh goodness!
Better luck
But,
next time, Kayla says.
Thank you.
But you said it was fun. So you're welcome. It was fun.
It was. Yes, thank you, Mike.
No problem. You know, maybe one time you'll stump me and get me in there. Come on.
You know what? I'll play this game against you. I would love that. I will bring up a trivia, and it'll be fun.
Well,
Except
maybe
I'm not going to
here
give
we
you
go.
anything
You know what?
easy.
We should get Mel to come over one night, just for one night, and take the producer section of the computer here, where
Yes.
he can do it, and we can play each other, and I won't know the answers, and you won't know the answers, and we'll play against each other and see who wins.
That'll bring back old times, old memories. That'd be a good time, actually.
I don't know if Mel's talking to me anymore, but hey, we'll give it a shot.
Oh, really? No, Mel, if you're listening, he's sorry. I can hear it in his voice.
Yes.
I don't know what he did, but he's sorry.
So yeah, that was my Kenny React segment tonight was on par for last week, but not as shocking.
No, but it was still funny.
But admit, last week that one photo it shocked you, didn't it?
It certainly did. It did, and I got it right away. And anyone would.
So I recommend that anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about go to last week's show, and look at the Kenny Reacts segment, and we'd love to see your comments on what you thought of last week's Kenny Reacts and the photos that were involved. And we also did a Christmas Eve trivia, and see if you would have done better than Kenny did this week.
I'm sure you would. I'm sure you would. And by the way, everybody, we do want to thank you so much for tuning in. Seriously, and if you're tuning in, whether you're here live or this is later on in some other time zone, time frame, time of day, week, whatever, after New Year's, thank you for doing so. We really appreciate you. We're looking forward to all that's to come. Like we've mentioned.
Yes, we want input too from those who are listening and those who are watching. And what you want to see us, what topics you might want to see us talk about, guests you might want to see us bring on or get, and even maybe might want to enter some trivia questions here to see if we can stump Kenny, or submit your photos here for the Ken Reacts segment. And we must keep them PG-13 or NC-17.
And plus, we are going to be doing a little bit of a reunion type cast soon here with the BMG network. Also, we are like Mike said, we're going to be bringing some guests on again. Let us know who you want us to bring on, even if it's a past guest. We had some really good guests back in the day. Let us know who you want us to bring back on, who new you want us to bring on, and of course, like Mike mentioned too, topics, discussions, all those things. We'd love to bring it to the table and do it right here on the Ken and Mike Show. So, Mike, as always, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it was a blast, and it's really fun interacting with the people at home, and seeing how quick-witted they are and how quickly they came up with some of those answers. That was pretty good.
It was great. And by the way, we actually are going to one of the cool things we want to do is we actually want to bring you all onto the show at some point too. Won't probably all be on camera at one time, but at least be on there. So we're working in the works of that too, just to kind of have a fun kind of dynamic and discussion and things like that to kind of bring in and out.
Yeah, please do, Kayla. Send those photos to me, and I, maybe I should give her my email directly so Kenny doesn't have the opportunity to filter them before they go live on the air. That would be great.
KenMikeShow@gmail.com.
So yeah, you can just send them directly to me. I'll somehow get my email address to you, and then we can throw them on the air and shock Kenny. But yeah. This has been great. We have some technological things that we need to work out so we can bring more people on the show and also run it a little bit smoother. But like we said, the Monday night is the live unedited before it's dropped on your platforms where we cut out some of the mess. So you get to see us just bantering back and forth here and having a good time.
Exactly. And speaking of that, what was I going to say, actually? Mike, you mentioned Monday nights, of course, then Thursdays is our produced version. But do share, please subscribe on YouTube, all those things. And that's what I was going to say. If you want to write to us or you can, of course, you can message us on Facebook. You can do it through private. Also, you can actually email us at the Ken and Mike Show @gmail.com.
Yep.
And if you want to put some considerations on there or whatever you want to say, any feedback, please do so. We appreciate all and any feedback.
I'm sure you guys can find me on my personal Facebook page. For those who are watching, it's not hard to find. So you can even just put in Messenger those photos that we want to embarrass Kenny with. I'm really pushing this. So those who are paying attention, get those to me. And I will make sure we somehow fit them into the Kenny Reacts portion of the show.
Except if they are actually blackmail pictures of me.
No, those we encourage. We encourage the blackmail pictures. We encourage, everybody has the bathtub photo of when they were a kid. We encourage those too.
Mm-mm.
Uh-huh.
I'll be calling Steven from the other day and getting some information.
Well, Steve hasn't chimed in tonight, so it's kind of cool that you can't get any info. I love it.
Whatever. Well, listen, everybody, thank you for tuning in. We will be here same time, same place next week after New Year's. So happy New Year's in advance, 2025. It's crazy that it's literally in 2 days. I hope you have a great, safe New Year's. And we really do thank you for tuning in right here to the Ken and Mike Show.
God bless you. Happy New Year.